What's up, Internet? It's your dumbass Panicos Gaming, and we're breeding. Yeah, it's been a minute since we've done this. So, we're gonna breed Paldean Tauros, because, well, it's a Paldean form. I don't have it yet. So, for this, I need to go collect eggs first. Is this it? Okay, hold on a second. I just looked this up. So I wonder, I guess maybe it doesn't show all the restaurants? I don't know, that's weird. Whatever, we can figure it out, I think. Ow, I have to actually go over there. Hey, what's up, Jed? We're gonna work on some breeding tonight. So yeah, I need the egg 2 sandwich, and then once we find it, I'm gonna get the stuff in my party for it. But yeah, I know I mentioned doing probably Pokemon Stadium today. So here's the thing. I am very close to getting affiliate on Twitch, and ain't nobody gonna be watching Pokemon Stadium right now. The day that Stadium came out onto there's one of these. I don't think it's one of these. Anyways, the day it came out on Pokemon, or on the Switch, it got some views, because, is this it? No. I love how I can literally look at what the name of the food is, but instead I'm just gonna do it the long way. I know that one, isn't it? They actually say the name there. Anyways, yeah, so, like, they added a way to show, like, how well certain games perform. You can just kind of look it up. And the day that Stadium came out, you know, a lot of people streamed it and it got a lot of views. And then after that, it averages less than 1 viewer per stream. Is this it? There we go. Okay, so this is the one that we need. So yeah, being that I'm so close to affiliate right now, rather than kind of tank that right as I'm getting close to finally getting it after 2 years, which is kind of not good. But, you know, whatever. I shiny on it. It's not that big of a deal. Anyways, the point is, yeah, I'm just going to play Scarlet. That way I can just try and keep my viewers up. As soon as I get affiliate, we'll get back to doing, like, a normal schedule type stuff. So, Tauros. I know I will have one in here. And it shows it. There we go. Combat form Tauros. So yeah, that's why I've been a little bit, like, weird about, like, when I was gonna, like, do NSO stuff and stuff. It's been, like, I've been kind of inching closer, and it just, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I've been, like, weird and not just saying that. But yeah, that's why. And again, once you get to affiliate, you can't ever lose it unless you, like, get banned, basically. So we should be all good there. I've been trying to do this for so long, you know? So, anyways, can different pavilion patterns be bred? Only while you have the postcard active, I believe. So, like, if the postcard isn't active to, like, get the different patterns, then it'll just be the fancy form. Regular old Paldean one. Okay, now we picnic. Alright, and now we do the fun game of sit here and not do anything for 30 minutes, basically. The good thing is, with the egg 2, you should spawn them pretty fast. You spawn it way faster than you do with no egg power. I believe egg 1 is 5 times faster than no egg power, and egg 2 is 7 times. And then egg 3 is 10 times, but you have to use Herba Mystica for that. Don't use Herba Mystica for this. It's not going to improve your shiny odds. It's just going to make you spawn Pokemon slightly faster. This is the worst. Why can't it just be easy and there's so many different patterns? Yeah. I'm glad they like have some way to get the different forms for it, because when the game came out and there was no way to do that. Also, please don't connect your game to Pokemon Go, because again, there's the save glitch, so you might break your save. I love how I can't even check the damn basket because the Ditto won't fuck off. There. Oh wow, there still wasn't anything in it. There's so many different patterns. Yeah, I'm glad they introduced some way. But, like, one, it'd be nice if it wasn't killing saves, and two, it's still a pain in the ass. Well, the problem, so, I was gonna say, hopefully, when Pokemon Home is updated, we can just trade for him. You know, it'll be pretty easy to just, like, trade on Pokemon Home. But the problem is that requires you to have some of the, like, unique ones first, or the not fancy ones first, because otherwise... Yes. These are going to go into the wrong box. I just realized. This is going to be fun later. But yeah, because everyone's going to have fancy form because of this game. So it's like the other one. It's going to be hard to, like, trade those away to get the other forms. Fortunately, if they ever get the home or the Go support working without killing saves, I have a couple postcards from England, which actually appears to be like one of the most rare postcards. Like the one you get from it, just like it's only like in England, like one other place or something like that. It's something weird like that, if I remember correctly. So I'm just gonna catch a whole buttload of Pokemon. Whole buttload of Pavilion, and then throw them on Pokemon Home and offer them for other forms. And as for shiny hunting them, oh boy, yeah. You only have fancy version shiny, yeah. I mean, I would not want to try and do a Pavilion shiny hunt for the forms in this game. Because I guess a sandwich and a postcard last the same amount of time, so maybe it would work. But God, that would suck. Getting all the different postcards and stuff is like, I mean, you know, if you find like a trading group or something, it won't be too bad to do that, but that still sucks. Because it's a lot. It's, what, like 30 different forms or something like that? But yeah, this is breeding in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. You stand here for 30 minutes. Can I pull up? No, I can't pull up my my meal progress. I'll just go to like, I guess maybe 35 minutes on the recording, and then that's like gonna have to be the way for me to do it. But yeah, you sit here for a while, you collect your eggs. I did save before, right? I hope I did. I guess it doesn't matter because it won't take me long to get back over here. I know where I'm going now. But yeah, and then you just run around for a while. So the egg sandwich increases the spawn rate for eggs, and also it increases the hatch rate. I don't think it's going to be a big deal. I didn't look to see what Tauros is for its step rate. But it shouldn't be too terrible. It shouldn't be like one of the 10,000 step ones. Plus, I believe, well, I know the using a flame body Pokemon still works. So I'll be using my Larvesta. Why can't it be like Alcremie? Have all the other forms not matter when shiny? Yeah, that was kind of nice. Only thing that changed was the sweets. I would have to go back and do that at some point, which is a problem because I might not still have all the sweets, to be honest. Though, yeah, we could probably just use a Jennings. Although I don't know by that point if Sword and Shield will still have support on any of the Jenning channels. But just like no, obviously not the shiny, but just some trash. I just have the right sweet on it that I need. getting all the sweets was the worst. Yeah, fortunately, I did it when there was an event for Alcremie. That's also when I got my shiny Alcremie and Milcery. And it was giving out, like, all the sweets, so it made it really easy to get everything. But yeah, otherwise for a couple of them, you basically just have to do a whole lot of the Cramomatic. And boy, that's not fun. Almost not as much fun as standing here doing nothing. But, you know, that's going. I do wonder if this is gonna, like, overall be faster or slower than Sword and Shield. You know what? Actually, let's check for eggs again real quick. I might still have a notepad document. Okay, so in Sword and Shield, let me also see, do I have Tauros up still? So I can look at the step rate. So it's 2560. Really? It's that low? Oh shit, that's gonna be fast. Did they make it like way faster in this game? That would be really cool. Is it? No, wow, it's always been... Oh no, it was 2560 in Sword and Shield, but it was 512 or 5120 in BDSP. Interesting. That's weird. Close that. Pop back in. Check this again. Anyways, so I was gonna say for 3840, so not even as low. I never did a 2560 step rate one in Sword and Shield. I could do 120 an hour. So I don't think we're gonna be doing 120 of these an hour doing this method. So this might end up being slower. Alrighty. Sorry, just sending a message real quick. Interesting, we still haven't gotten another egg. So also one thing that sucks about this is, unlike with Sword and Shield where I could use the switch up plugin thing to kind of automate the collection of eggs, that I could just hatch them all on stream. So it'd be a lot. Oh, I wonder if that was okay. That was right. That was when I was already had them, so I was hatching that many per hour. So this will probably beat that then. Because if it's 90 per hour for 5120, then it'd be 180. But again, that's not including... Okay. Anyways. Oh, wait. Oh, I know. So I should be... Alright, whatever. I'm not going to worry about it too much. There we go. There's a nice stack of them. But yeah, you could, I could automate collecting. The problem is with the Ditto and stuff in this, or the fact that, your Pokemon are milling around, they can interfere with it, and so you aren't collecting the eggs, so that can actually screw with it. So there's kind of no point in trying to do that. But, we'll see. We're probably like 10 minutes in. God, are we actually already like 10 minutes in? That'd be nice. Make this a nice and quick thing to do. Sorry about that. I tried to reach for the mic to mute and then didn't get there in time. Hey, what's up, Real Honest? Honest, you were the one that needed a Cyndaquil, right? Or a Typhlosion of any sort? Because I did breed some last night, if you were the one for that. Yes? Okay. After I do this set of eggs, like I'll hatch them. If I don't get the shiny, then I'll reset. Then I'll trade you a Cyndaquil here. You managed to get one, though? Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. I can always trade them. Or hold on to them. I mean, I fucking love Cyndaquil. It's not my favorite Pokemon. Chinchou would be my favorite. But, I mean, being a Gen 2 kid and going for the Cyndaquil basically every playthrough, because I restarted a few times. I was not a smart kid. I could not get through the Ice Cave in Gen 2. To get into, what was it, Blackthorn City or whatever? The Dragon Gym City. And I could never figure out how to get through it as a little kid. And so I would like get that far, and then I'd play the game for a while, and I'd just be grinding and stuff. And then I'd be like, well, let's just restart. Because, I mean, I've gotten as far as I'm going to get. So, anyways. I always took Typhlosion. I think one time I took Totodile, and I was like, okay, this isn't as cool. I'm going back to the Fire type. You've beat everything now. You're in endgame. Unlocking Area 0. Ah, so you're getting to the actual end of the game. You're actually not in the end. No, in the end game. Okay. But yeah, there is some post-game stuff before you get the 6 and 7 star raids. Actually, I think there's post-game stuff before you can get 5-star raids. Basically, the game is, it makes you go play through all of the gyms again. You have to go beat them, but, like, they're higher level. Can we not Ditto, you asshole? Fuck off. I literally cannot... Oh, wait, no, you weren't there. Oh, there was just a thing for throw ball. I thought because it was too close, I couldn't check the basket. Okay. I didn't realize that underneath my, character thing. I was doing that. Anyways. But yeah, after you do that, you beat all the gyms again. Then you unlock 5-star raids, I believe. And then... Do you have to do... You might have to... I don't remember if you have to do the, Ace tournament or not. I don't think you have to. I don't remember, though. But yeah, after that, you have to do a bunch of 5-star raids. And then you unlock 6 stars. You might unlock 7 stars once you unlock 5 stars. Which I know sounds weird, but I guess it's because it's a event thing. But I also don't remember for sure. But yeah, to get 6 stars, which are like the highest base game raids, you have to beat like 10 5-stars or something. Yeah, post-game content for this game, eh. The Treasures of Ruin are okay, I guess, because it's at least legendaries, right? But just playing through the gyms again was pretty boring. You just have to grind a little bit. Hey, Doris, you want to fuck off there, buddy? So I don't have to talk to you? Trying to be antisocial here. Thank you. Interested to see how many eggs we get out of this. Just so I can get a basis of, you know, how many eggs can I do per hour, basically. Because again, going back to like my little sheet that I made, I could collect 120 eggs an hour. These were, you know, estimates, averages. And 5120 would be 90 an hour. 5120 steps would be 90 an hour to hatch, I should say. But if you think like half an hour to collect 60 and then you hatch like 45? I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I did not realize that Tauros was such a quick, like, hatch. I thought it was, I assumed it would just be, like, 5120 like everything. But yeah, 2560. Not gonna complain. Nothing yet. think we're about halfway into it. Other thing that sucks is you do probably lose about a minute off of your sandwich because you have to, like, run to somewhere to set up the picnic. I mean, that's not a big deal. I don't know why. I felt like I'd be breeding faster. Being that I do have egg 2. I think I selected the egg 2 sandwich. Jeez. Yeah, I unlocked, or I used that chandwish. Alright, check again. Egg, yay. Guess I don't need to check as often, but like, there's nothing else to do. This definitely is not my favorite way to collect eggs. I guess there's only been a couple ways to collect eggs, though. But, I don't know. We'll see. At least until Pokemon Home comes out, I kind of have to do it this way. Once the update is out for Pokemon Home, I can just, like, try and gather a bunch so I can do this stuff, you know. I can have, like, the game going in the background or something while I'm working on something else. I just mess with it every couple of minutes. And then just hatch them all, like I was doing with Sword and Shield. Did I do that with BDSP? I don't think I did it with BDSP. I think breeding for my shiny Fion happened before that. Before I had that strategy. And that's the only thing I bred for in BDSP so far. Anyways. Eventually we'll go back to that. One day. And we'll go back to Alolan Raichu. I do promise. Again, as I mentioned kind of at the beginning here, it's only been 20 minutes, whatever. But yeah, I am like getting close to affiliate, and I'd rather just focus on this game now since it's gonna have the best viewership. And then as soon as I get affiliate, we can start doing the stuff that isn't gonna get viewed as well. I do have to definitely say thank you guys so much for the support and the views and stuff over the last couple of weeks. It's definitely... It's a lot more enjoyable to stream when, you know, people are watching and you aren't just talking to yourself. Because it's not like you can just sit here and not say anything, because, like, then people finally come in, but you're not saying anything, and so they just leave. Because it's not like breeding is the most exciting thing to do without any commentary. It's not exactly exciting even with commentary, but at least it's something. Alrighty. I should test this real quick. Let me go ahead and... Okay. Put that back down to 0. That reminds me, that's another thing I need to fix with the counter. Which I have not touched at all. Even though I keep saying I will. But I need to make it so that if I reduce the count, it resets the luck. Or, you know, it reduces... Or not... So, the, I guess I should explain, because it's been a while. That, well, other than the Raichu stream. Anyway, so yeah. Beneath, like, my, the name bar... Tauros is going nuts. On the music there, you see on... Below and to the left, it's the picture of the shiny Pokemon. That is a shiny Tauros. As not obvious as it is. Basically, you can see mine that's running around. The body and the head are lighter, and the mane is darker. Whereas you can kind of see on the model in the bottom left there, the head is darker and the mane is lighter. But then the big 0 is the actual counts. That will be how many eggs I've gone through. Currently, I haven't hatched any, so, you know, 0. And then that percentage underneath that, that is how likely it is that I would have seen a shiny by now. So it should say 0, but again, when I reduce the count, it doesn't actually reduce that number. That's just something that I haven't really worried about. What's up, Baines? Welcome back in. But yeah, so basically, so say when it gets up to like 5%, what that means is that after that many eggs that I have hatched, there would be a 5% chance that I should have seen a shiny by then. And that gets recalculated every time I add one to it, because it's not just like a flat number that you're adding, right? It is multiplication. Actually, it's exponents, which is just fancy multiplication. Anyways, so it'll never get up to 100%, right? Because there's never a point where you are guaranteed a shiny. There's always a chance that it'll take forever. You doing good? How about myself? I'm doing all right, Baines. Thanks for asking. Had a decent slow day of work. Now we're just relaxing with some breeding. Feel like people with 2 switches would love SV breeding. Such low inputs until you start hatching to shiny on another game at the same time. Yeah, if you have multiple switches, this definitely would not be as bad. If I ever pick up an OLED, I might have multiple switches. But I'm in no hurry to do that. My Switch still works perfectly fine, other than, you know, having to replace Joy-Cons, but, you know, it happens. I wish it could be guaranteed. Yeah, I wish there could be a point at, like, you know, just to throw out a number, they're like 5 times odds. So say at base odds, you know, 1 in 4,096, or we'll just say 1 in 4,000, make it easy math. If you get up to 20,000 encounters, then your next one is guaranteed to be shiny or something. Something like absurd that is very unlikely to happen. A pity, yeah. A pity system. Just so that way, like, you know, it's not possible to go forever. Man, I'm really not wanting to spawn more eggs. 20k encounters. Again, I'm throwing that as like a crazy number. I can do the math right now. Let me not do it on my computer so I don't mess with my facial expressions. Hold on. God, why am I not getting another egg? It hasn't been even 30 minutes of recording, so I know we ain't at 30 minutes into the sandwich. Let me see here. What is it? So, what's the math on 3,999 divided by 4,000. Enter. Put that up to the 20,000th encounter. So yeah, at 1 in 4,000 odds, you would have a 0.6% chance of it taking 20,000 or more encounters. So I would say, like, if it gets to the point where, like, less than 1% of, or you're less than 1% likely for it to take that long, then, yeah, just give the shiny. Again, I'm just kind of using, like, broad numbers for that. 5k and we got a deal. I mean, it shouldn't be, like, right at odds. Part of, you know, the shiny hunting is sometimes you go over odds, and it sucks. Especially when you go, like, double or triple odds. But, like, you know, that's just part of it. It's gonna happen. So I definitely wouldn't want it that low. Again, and we are talking full odds here, so 1 in 4,000 for that many encounters. 1 in 512, it would be much, much lower chance of it happening that you go 20k encounters or eggs of doing that. And that is the odds for this hunt right now. It's 1 in 512. I do have Shiny Charm. I do have Masuda method going. My Ditto is in Japanese. My Tauros is in English, I think. Hold on a second. Okay, we got 5 minutes left. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, they are in different languages. I've done that before. God, what was it? It was not Paldean, Galarian Wheezing. I screwed up, and I didn't realize that I had put a Japanese Wheezing in with my Japanese Ditto, and I got very lucky with that hunt. We didn't get that far into it. It was under 500 encounters, but because I had no Masuda method, the odds weren't 1 in 512. They were 1 in like 1366 or something like that. So I got very lucky with that hunt. So yeah, I need to remember to always double check that. But anyways, we only got a couple minutes left here, then we can start hatching. I need to make sure, obviously, if we don't get this right now, although I can just hop right into Flame Breed if we don't get it. But we can, yeah. When I reset, I need to remember to make sure my eggs are going into the correct box, because I think they're going to be a mess to move around right now, because I think they're just going into other box. Oh, yeah. No, this is going to be bad. I just realized how many eggs so far? I have no idea. I haven't done a single set of eggs yet, or I haven't, like, hatched them yet. This is my first sandwich. It's my first batch of eggs. So we'll see. I do, like, want to keep some track, because it'll help me gauge how many eggs you got. Again, I have no idea, because I'm not keeping track of that. I will. I'm going to add them up once we're done here. It's probably going to be like 1 to 2 boxes, I'm pretty sure. Maybe more. I think egg level 1 would get me like a little over 1 box, so it should be around 2 boxes. Alright, like 2 more minutes left. Basically, when my recording gets up to 35 minutes, I think it's a little bit past the end of the sandwich, but that's fine. I mean, you collect eggs regardless if you have a sandwich, it's just very slow. Again, I think it's, you know, from the base rate, just level 1 gets you 5 times as many eggs. And again, please don't use your Herba Mystica to get the level 3. It doesn't make that big of a difference. Does not boost the shiny rate. And yeah, it's just not worth it. Because yeah, 1 is 5 times, 2 is 7 times, and 3 is 10 times. There's ways to make sandwich without Herba. Yeah, just for basic stuff, yeah. You only need Herba Mystica to make the shiny encounter sandwiches, because you can't get level, or you can't get shiny at all, shiny or title, to appear without using Herba Mystica. And there's no way to get level 3 sandwich without Herba Mystica as well. But for level 1 and level 2 effects, yeah, absolutely. Or in my case, I'm just buying the level 2 sandwiches because I don't have to figure out how to make a level 2 egg rate sandwich. I think there is one that I can make, but like, they don't cost that much. Actually, I guess it's technically not a sandwich, it's just a meal, but you know, it's the same effect. Just a different one you buy from a restaurant as opposed to the one you make. You can make level 3 shiny without Herba? No, you can't. As far as I know, because there's no way to get anywhere near enough points. Because it's on YPT, people do it. I could be wrong, but it's like you need 2,000 points at least to get level 3 to appear. And the normal ingredients do not give you anywhere near enough. The max you get is like maybe Like, we'll say even, I know this is an absurd amount, like 50 per ingredient for an effect. And you can only have a max of like 10 total items. That's like of the toppings and the actual ingredients. Okay, I think we're done with this one. I could be wrong, but I think there's either an exploit or there's some misleading stuff going on there. Oh yeah, just as far as I know on what we know about how the mechanics of it work. Okay, let's see here. Boxes. Oh yeah, okay, this is gonna suck. Let's move these into a box over here. God, why? Can I search for eggs? There's no way to search for egg either. Oh, well, there might be, but I don't know what it is. Because now all my eggs are spread out across my boxes, and that's gonna really suck to pull them all out. It's okay. Things we learn. Shouldn't be any back here, right? Right, no. So they're all in the higher up boxes there. Yep. That's actually not as bad. God, it's all the way even down into that box, too. How far does it go? That one looks fine. Oh, why did I do this to myself? God damn it. I screwed up so bad. I'm sorry about this. This is, like, not a good way to have to do things. It was not my intended way either. I did plan on having all these, like, just automatically going into the correct box, but I forgot to switch to that box before I started breeding. If I was smart, I probably could have hopped out of the picnic real quick and, fixed it. But, you know, there's that whole me not being smart thing. Oh, right, because that one's full. No? Please tell me you didn't put him back here. Where did it put him? Did it put it? Oh, wait. Okay. I thought it was already, Okay, I'm dumb. Smart enough to realize the mistake. I guess. I mean, I did realize pretty shortly in. I just didn't think to adjust for it, like, on the fly. Oh, I don't know why I'm moving that one. I really need to get rid of a lot of these Pokemon. I have, like, no reason to keep them. I have, like, all my living deck stuff kind of in separate boxes already. It's the most amount of shinies you've gotten from eggs at once. I mean, there was one set of eggs, unfortunately this happened off stream, in Sword and Shield, where I believe it was with... Ooh, that is a spicy bunch of eggs. Where, yeah, Glaring Zigzagoon, I got, like, it felt like 4 shinies and, like, 100 eggs. And they were all from, like, the same batch, pretty much. So that was pretty good. That would be the only thing I could think of. Is that all of those? That's rare. Yeah, that was extremely good luck. Kind of made up for all the bad luck I had with, I think it was Galarian Corsola that was just, like, awful. I went, like, 1,300, 1,400, 1,500 eggs, something like that. Alright, let me see. Are there any more eggs in these boxes? I don't believe so. I'm just gonna go through them again. I really hate how, like, laggy and glitchy the boxes are in this game. How that is something that they screwed up is bizarre. Galarian Typhlosion is amazing. It is, assuming you mean Hisuian Typhlosion. Since there is no Galarian, but I know what you mean. But yeah, I love my dopey little stoned out boy. My bad. No worries. I have probably more than a few times said the wrong region while talking about a Pokemon. So yeah, we got basically 2 boxes of eggs, so that was 61 eggs. So we'll just say average 60. That's probably going to be about what it is. So now, forgot for a second. I was like, there's a Galarian Typhlosion. Unfortunately not. I wish there was a, I wish there had been a Typhlosion in Galar, but of any form. But there was not. You up. Here, that way it's easier to swap stuff over. Actually, I get okay, whatever. Okay, now that I unscrewed up my boxes, let's get to breeding. I'm just gonna run around in town here. I mean, there's no real reason not to. Normally I would do this, like, maybe in, what's the town? The first little town. It's not even, like, a big... Los Palos, something like that. The first little town you come across on your way to the academy. But, like, that circular area... Or it's like a half like a semicircle. It's pretty good. Or you can run around like in the middle of the Mesa Goza square. Just anywhere that you can run around fairly freely. You could do this over in the desert. And you can like collect items as you do it, but my thing with that is then I'm gonna start encountering stuff. So, like, I'm good. Obviously, if you're not stupid, you won't encounter stuff. The other thing, though, is that there's the dust storms in the desert, and, you know, I like having more than 3 FPS. And I had to hunt for a shiny Reller. What the fuck was that? Yeah, there was something in the, in that grate that, like, I swear to God, like, popped back in. That was weird. Oh, hey. Is the head darker shiny? Yes. Basically, the color of the mane and the body and the head swap. So the mane gets lighter and the head and body get darker. That's why I'm breeding for this, even though there are a couple good spots to do encounters for Tauros. There's actually one very good one, where you use, kind of like how I did with Fido. I don't know if you were here for that, Jed. But basically you use the border of a town to quickly force them to despawn and then respawn. Much faster than you can do with a picnic. Oh, hey, I should be counting these, huh? I think this is 5. Yep, okay, that was the first 5. So you can see there, I'm like already at a 1% chance that I would have seen a shiny. But the thing is, it goes up faster at the beginning and then it kind of slopes down just because just the way, like, the probabilities end up working. Because, again, like, as you approach 100%, well, you can never actually get to 100%, so it slows down over time. And at a certain point, like, absurd hunts become just as likely as each other. Kind of. Not really. I'm explaining this poorly. I should just shut up and not try and explain the probabilities when I don't really know what the hell I'm talking about. But, like, I guess you'll see here, after these next 5, I won't be at, like, 1.94%. It won't be literally, like, double. It'll be just a tad bit less. You know, I will say, I don't like the collecting eggs mechanic in this game, but I am happy to be back into breeding. It's been too long. I haven't tortured myself recently. Maybe I shouldn't say that out loud on Twitch. In-game. I haven't tortured myself in-game. There we go. Now we're safe. Hey, what's up, Unikitty? Welcome back. That is an adorable emote, that Umbreon waving guy with the eye. That is a fantastic emote. I love that. God, I love how creative people are with emotes. And then there's me, where it's like, man, I have no idea what the fuck I would do. Like, probably a Chinchu at some point. Probably something to do with the ears, right? The wiggling. But, like, past that, I got nothing. One of your faves. I can see why, again. I really like that one. Oh, whoops. Oh, that's what... I was wondering, like, wait, my counter is very weird. It's a custom counter that I actually made myself. Rather than, like, a death counter. That's why I'm able to do the probabilities. Or, like, have that kind of rolling number in there. The percentage. Because normally, like, the death counter doesn't have any way to do that. Hopefully when I start streaming next month, my emotes are gonna... more likely gonna be EV Evolution, and Vulpix. Makes sense. Just remember that you do have to be... Well, I guess... Can you do, like, FFZ and Better TTV emotes if you're not affiliate or partner? At least for, like, official Twitch emotes, you do have to at least be affiliate. Oh, hey, it would help if I swap out this set. All I have to say is good luck with Tauros. Here's hoping. It'd be nice to start off a Scarlet and Violet shiny breeding on a good note. But we'll see. You don't need affiliate for those. Interesting. I guess it makes sense because it's not like they're in any way tied to how much money you're making, right? Like, that's kind of the incentive for Twitch, is that, like, the more subscribers you have, the more emote slots you get. So it encourages streamers to do more. And then, that's the thing, there are people that will subscribe just for emotes. I don't blame them. Again, stuff like that Umbreon is very good. 7TV is new wave, though. Yeah. My thing is, I really just don't care about, like, the off-site emotes. Obviously, there's a lot of good ones. And, like, I don't necessarily think, like, oh, you should only have official emotes because, you know, it's, like, something to do with money. Like, I don't give a shit about that. I just don't care to install more add-ons just to see, like, images. I don't know. Though I want to say, in the OBS with the chat that I have in here, I think I can just turn on, not 7TV, but the other two, FFZ and Better Twitch. I would have to imagine 7TV would be getting added to that soon too, though. Alright, so if I have to estimate, it's looking like it's going to be about 60 eggs an hour in terms of hatching. That's not too bad. Because again, that's including having to collect them. Though it will be slower with most other Pokemon, because again, this is one of the faster step rates. Do not save. That would kind of suck. Because then I would have to individually release all of these instead of just resetting. Better Twitch has 30 emote cap, then you, if you pay, you get more. Okay. 7TV just gives you 200 slots free. I feel like that's just like too much. But again, it's not something that I'm too worried about. Let me get up to having official emote, or you know, like actual Twitch emotes first. And I can worry about doing other stuff. Again, I don't even know what I would do for my official ones. Why is my camera a little wonky? Swap, right? Yes, okay. That was weird. It like got like off center. I wonder if I might have zoomed it out. That might be why. And not realized it. One weird thing that I've noticed with this game, I don't know if maybe it was the case in Sword and just somehow I didn't notice it in that. I'm not hatching all the eggs at the same time. In Sword and in BDSP, if you started like all 5 of your eggs at the same time, then they would all hatch at the same time. This game seems to have a little bit of randomness to it, which is what I thought was the case, but then when I started re-collecting the eggs, I noticed that they would always hatch just like in one batch. It would just be 5 at a time, right? Thought so. Also, you'll notice I'm very bad about keeping up with the count. Fortunately, for something like this, it's very easy to keep track because it's intervals of 5. The problem is I have 61 eggs to hatch, so I'm going to be on at an odd number. So 3% per shiny. Yeah, so currently, after 19 eggs, there's a 3.64% chance that you would have seen at least one shiny. Basically, the way I'm calculating that is I'm not gonna get into it because again, I have to like, I should not be the one to explain probabilities and statistics. But as far as I am aware, I am calculating that correctly. I used to a while back. I actually did my probability the other way. So I would have it saying how likely it is that I would go this long without seeing the shiny. So it'd actually start at 100% and then get lower and lower. Because after, like, you know, after not hatching any eggs, there's a 100% chance that you wouldn't have seen a shiny. After hatching a couple, then there's a almost 100%, like 99 point whatever. Eggs, right? Yeah. Chance that, you know, you still wouldn't have seen the shiny. But then after however many it is, what the hell is doing that? There is something there. I'm not completely losing my mind. I'm like looking at my preview right now. I didn't. I was paying enough attention. Damn it. I shouldn't say preview. My dashboard on my laptop. But there is something popping up there. I'm not completely crazy. I do love how the egg actually appears in the overworld for a moment before the camera pans over to show it. I mean, it makes perfect sense, right? But it's just a little quirk I noticed. Alrighty. Thinking maybe I want to pick a different spot to do this. It's fine for now. I'm just thinking in terms of the bitrate for Twitch, or rather the compression. Everyone says like the bitrate goes to shit, and like, you know what they're talking about, like when there's, like right now with the rain, when there's a lot of stuff going on screen, a lot of movement, the stream starts getting very pixely at times, because that's just how compression works on video, right? But again, it's not, it's compression. It's not the bitrate. Your bitrate should never change on Twitch. You're specifically not supposed to be using variable bitrate. You're supposed to use constant bitrate, because it just, that's how that's just how, you know, the processing and stuff works. You can do it, but it starts causing issues with your stream. At least that was the advice for a while. Who knows if Twitch has it okay now. But yeah, so your bitrate doesn't change. It's just there's so much stuff going on that compressing down all that information to fit in, you know, like say my 6,000 kilobit that I'm doing is it has to get kind of pixely. You'll compress me. Okay, Baines. Did I? Yes, I did. Okay. So we're almost through one box here. Can you imagine if eggs had a chance to fail a hash? Please, no. Please, God, no. Too bad. God, I do not. After doing even a little bit of the Poke Radar stuff, where just like, oh hey, you did everything right, you're at a 38 chain, you only need a couple more. Hey, you just failed. No reason. Just bad luck. Try again. I do not ever need that in my shiny hunts again. I might go back to, you know, or I'm gonna have to go back to Registeel at some point, right? I'll probably maybe have to go back to Dynamax Adventures or something similar, and who knows if it'll be better or worse. You know, things that I'm not a big fan of, but I can go back and do it. Poke Radar, I don't think I will ever go back to doing that. I did it for my Ditto. I finally went back and got revenge on that thing. And that's, I'm good. I'm good. I hate that mechanic. It just sucks how much worse they made it from the original Diamond and Pearl. Maybe it was only in Platinum. I don't know how some of those mechanic things were. Some of the differences between Diamond, Pearl, and the third game Platinum, because I never actually played the originals. I just know that the radar, or at least I heard that the radar was in the originals, but instead of a 7% chance to fail, it was like a 2% chance, which makes a huge difference in doing the chaining, because it's a basically it goes from like a 5% chance to get to the best possible odds for shiny hunting. Getting to a 40 chain basically is like a 5% chance in doing that in BDSP. But in the original games, it was like a 50% chance, or just under. It was considerably better. So it's like, okay, I failed. Well, I'll probably get it next time. Okay, boxes. Swap you out. So yeah, and the reason why I have my Larvesta here is you see it has Flame Body. Flame Body helps him hatch faster. Obviously, there's other Pokemon with Flame Body. There's also a couple other abilities that also have the same effect on hatching. On hatch speed, that is. But, I don't know. I just chose Larvesta. In BDSP, I was, for what breeding I've done in that, I was using a, Heatran, that's the name of it. Every time I try and think of the name of Heatran, I always want to say Meltan or Melmetal, but, like, very much not the right Pokemon. Yeah, it's weird how, like, I don't know, the camera when you're sprinting, if you try and, like, pan it, and you're zoomed out, feels a little bit weird. Like, it's not rotating around your Pokemon, and so also your Pokemon isn't, like, turning the way you're kind of expecting it to. It is still turning in the right direction, it just doesn't feel right. Like, it's more of a suggestion than an actual, like, direct thing. Oh, come on, Tauros. It'd be awesome if I could get it on the first set. I would not be upset about having to release those other Tauros. Tauri. I don't know how you're supposed to pluralize it. But yeah, I mean, like, as soon as I get this one, which, you know, again, who knows? It could be 3 streams. It could be the next egg. Because that's one thing about that percentage number. That's the odds of the hunt having taken this long. But that doesn't mean, like, the next egg is any more likely. It will always be 1 in 512 odds. But yeah, as soon as we get this, we'll move right into Blaze Breed. And then Blaze Breed Tauros, obviously. And then right after we get that, we'll move into Aqua Form, or Aqua Breed. I will have to trade for one in this, but I mean, that's not hard. There's a trade code for it. And again, being that this is Scarlet and Aqua Breed is from Violet, it'll be very easy to get one. Or I could even, like, start trading away some of my Dittos, see if somehow I get one from that. Thing is, the Blaze and the Aqua Breeds are considerably rarer, so there aren't as many just, like, around. So it seems like if I run for a little ways, the camera, like, kind of zooms out on its own a little bit, and it starts getting a little weird for control. Like, I'm not worried about it. I did move them. Yes? Okay. This is the same thing I would do in Sword and Shield. I would, like, be running around for a little bit, and then I would be like, fuck, I did, like, move in more eggs, right? And then as soon as I would do that, like 5 steps later, one would hatch. It's like, god damn it. Just be more patient. You got something to do, so you'll be lurking. No worries. Thanks for hanging out with me, Honest. I got no problem with lurkers. There we go. But yeah, and then, like, honestly, after I get all my Tauroses, so that'll be the last of my Paldean forms that I need. If we haven't gotten Pokemon Home yet, then I guess I'll just start doing starters. If we have gotten Pokemon Home, then I'm going to start working on, probably a Lowland Grimer would be the first one I'll do. Because I would be really cool to have all of the regional variant Pokemon shiny. That's kind of why I focused so hard on getting them in Sword and Shield before this game came out. Because I'd already gotten them, the ones from the Hisui region from Legends Arceus. And I don't know. I feel like that's cool, and it's a little bit quicker and more attainable of a goal than the entire dex, right? But honestly, after that, I'm gonna start just going hard on well, yeah, I'm gonna start going hard on just breeding all of the new Pokemon from this gen. That's like my next goal after the forms. But that does also rely on good luck with the Let's Go games, getting my Alolan Raichu, Marowak, and Rattata and Raticate. What game will I hunt Alola and Grimer in? This game. Because this will be the first game that I'll have been able to do that hunt in. We presume, I should say. We're pretty confident from the data mines that we'll be able to bring in the like Alolan forms of Pokemon that are in this game. So like Meowth and Grimer. But we don't know that for sure. But I mean, we will once Pokemon Home gets updated, right? Nice, you need a lot of Alolan shinies. Yeah, that's like the main one that I'm missing shinies from, because I guess it would have to be the main one if I have all the Galarian and all the Hisuis. But, yeah, it's... I think I need, what, the Alolan Vulpix, though Baines did... I think it was you, Baines, saying that you would trade me one of those. I'll have to give you a shiny in return. But I definitely have some duplicates. And then, yeah, the Meowth line, Raticate, or Rattata, Grimer, and then Raichu and Marowak. I think that's it off the top of my head that I need. I don't remember for sure. But yeah, Raichu and Marowak, those are going to be interesting ones. I already started Raichu. I did 150 trades. Basically, the way I have to do them is play Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. Actually, Rattata and Raticate as well. I don't know why I'm leaving those out. But yeah, you do the in-game trade in Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, where you trade like a Raichu for a Alolan Raichu. Since it was Gen 7, they wanted to like keep the forms around, which was cool. And the other cool thing is that you can repeat the trade as many times as you want. You don't have to reset. It just depends on how many Raichu, or, you know, whichever trade you're doing, however many you have. And they can be shiny. Which typically is not true of trade Pokemon. Like in-game trade Pokemon. But what's not cool about that is No way to make the odds better. Shiny Charm has no effect. It is full 1 in 4,000 odds. Yeah. It isn't terribly slow, but I mean, it's not terribly fast either. So honestly, like, those hunts, kind of low priority. Like, I imagine I'm going to start working on all my Paldean Pokemon before I complete that. Because I'm only going to be doing that hunt, like, once a week. Because that's just... I mean, I'm literally just standing in one spot pressing A the entire time. Unlike this, where I stand in one spot and press A half the time. Because I have to collect the eggs. But again, with the home update, I can, I did take those out, right? Watch, like 3 steps. Well, it was a few more this time, at least. But yeah, with the home update, I can just mass collect a bunch of eggs off stream. And then just hatch them on stream. Again, similar to how I did the Galarian forms near the end there, only this time without the assistance of the switch up, because again, it won't always work. Thanks to that damn Ditto. I guess it is Nova's Ditto. Tauros can interfere too, but you get the point. Just the picnic Pokemon sometimes get in the way of the basket. You can kind of angle it that it's a lot less likely, but it is still possible. So it's looking like we're going to be over 10% by the end of this batch of eggs. Yeah, probably. But we'll see. I'll probably do... I don't know. I really don't mind, like, going really late tonight. I'll go, honestly, probably as long as I have viewers. Let me not say that. Let me not get myself into trouble and do it, like, 18-hour stream. But I'll definitely... I'll do... at least one more batch of eggs for sure. Maybe 2 or 3. We'll see what happens. Or if I get the shiny. I'll do... If I get the shiny and these next couple of eggs here, then we'll do a round of Blaze Breed. If I get in, like, the next set of eggs, then we'll just wrap up there. Basically, I do want to go at least 2 hours. Ran myself right into a pole. Sorry, drunk rider here. Which, speaking of drunks, I don't know if anyone else here follows baseball, but the fucking dumbass dude got drunk and attacked a mascot at a fucking Rockies game. He's now been arrested. Fucking dumbass. But it's just like, why? Especially Dinger. Like, he's had a bad enough time after fucking last season with the whole... I forget which fucking site it was. It might have been TMZ. Started some shit where some dude was shouting at the mascot of the Rockies is called Dinger, by the way. Was shouting at him to get his attention for whatever reason. For some reason, someone thought, like, listening to it, thought he was screaming the N-word. And TMZ ran a whole fucking thing about it. All right, it might not have been TMZ, but it was some, like, it wasn't even like a baseball anything, right? Or at least not like, it wasn't like a sports website or channel or anything like that. And then, yeah, it got actually looked into it, and everyone involved was like, no, he was yelling dinger. It doesn't even sound that similar. I'm not sure why you thought that. Not sure why you're trying to ruin the guy's life. It was just like, what is happening here? That was a fun, like, little while in, on the baseball subreddit. I have no idea if anyone else here cares about that stuff, though, so I won't get too far into it. Alright, one more of this batch, I think, unless I missed one. Yeah. Okay. You just popped over 10% odds. So yeah, at this point, 10% of shiny hunts would have found a shiny by now, is one way to think about this. So kind of, once that number gets over like 50%, that means basically that I have bad luck, because most people would have, more than 50% of people would have gotten the shiny by that point, and I will not have. But we'll see if we get that far. I mean, we won't get that far tonight. That's going to take a little bit. But yeah, it's like, there's that point, which is around, I want to say, 350 hatches with the 512 odds. Which seems weird, right? Because you would think it's like, well, 1 in 512, so like, it should like average out at like 50% around 512. It feels like that's how it should be. But like, something about how the math works, that's just not how it is. But yeah, once I do get over 1 in 512, then it's like, oh no. Now we're definitely into bad luck territory. Yeah, we change the mindset when you get to 50%, find some new copium. Yep. Oh, just even thinking about that makes me just like, I don't want to ever go back to Registeel, man. But like, it's pretty certain based on data mines and stuff that the Reggies aren't going to be in Scarlet or Violet, even with the DLC. So, yeah, I don't really have a choice unless I want to just hope that a future game is going to make it an easier shiny hunt. I think that'll probably be what I do after I get all of my shinies that I need out of Let's Go Eevee. I'll probably go back to that hunt and just start doing it again. Just try and finish it up and then never think about it again. I don't know if I'll do the other Reggies, to be honest. Because again, it just takes so long. I think I have something like, it's deep into the teens for the number of parts that I've done on my YouTube channel, or for the VODs that I've uploaded. And it's so many hours spent on it. Though, here's another stupid thing about that. So originally I was using a Zero Aura, I think, is the one. The shiny Pokemon. The shiny, like, distribution in Sword and Shield for, like, completing the event when the DLC originally dropped. Or when the Isle of Armor DLC dropped. Anyways, I was using that because I was thinking, yeah, I can use this for everything because the way I have it set up, it'll outspeed even Regieleki. So that way it'll still be easy to, like, knock out these hunts, do my stuff with it, right? Problem is, it was shiny, which means the shiny effect plays every time I do a battle. After doing like 3,800 encounters, that like 1 or 2 second animation has added like literal hours to that shiny hunt. I have changed it over to a Gallade finally, but like I always was like, oh yeah, I should probably fix that, and I just didn't for so many encounters. Will I be more relieved or annoyed when I get Registeel done? Probably relieved. Well, we'll see. It depends on when I get it, right? If, like, I do, like, another 100 encounters and then I get it, yeah, I'll be relieved. Okay, so that's all of our eggs from the first batch. No shiny. We'll go back over them real quick just to confirm. I know I didn't see a shiny, like the effect go off, so it's... I know it's not there, but it's good to double check because we are going to reset. And, okay. Yep. Reset time. So again, I'm doing that mainly just because I would have to manually release each of those. And that, no, I don't have time to do that. I mean, I can do it. Like, when I get the shiny, then yeah, sure, I'll release one batch. I'm not going to be able to release, like, numerous batches every night. But I do think, okay, so we got those. We got that all set. Let me move this so we don't have to, like, sort all of those again. Let me just do this real quick, just to make sure that, like, this box is actually engaged as my, my current box. And let me actually back out of this. I'm going to take a quick break here. Actually, I'm going to go run to the bathroom before I do this, because there's no way I'm going to make it through another hour and a half before I do that. So give me 1 second here. Let me swap over my scene. Alright, yeah, just give me a minute here, guys. I'll be right back. Alright, we're back in. I'm doing this. So, Main, since when do I do intermission? Just whenever I need to go to the bathroom. Just, you know, sometimes you gotta go to the bathroom during the stream. But yeah, I don't do it for, like, anything else. Or I shouldn't say that. But if there's a reason why I need to, like, take a second, then that's when I'll do it. You've never seen it? Yeah, I mean, it hasn't come up in a few streams, I feel like. Mostly because a lot of my streams end up being a little bit shorter. Like, a lot of times I'll be, like, kind of wrapping up right now. I haven't really been, I need to actually start the picnic, come on. I haven't really been meeting my 2 to 3 hour kind of target. But we'll definitely get over 2 hours tonight, that's for sure. Any luck with the eggs? Not yet. But again, as we can see from the percentage, it's only an 11-ish% chance that I would have seen a shiny already. So it's, you know, you turn that around and it's an 89% chance that I wouldn't have the shiny, right? But, I mean, we're only on our first set of eggs here. Or we're working on our second set. Alright. Let me just pull up Sarah B here, see if there's anything news-wise to talk about. I don't think there really is. Championships is going on in Europe. Pokemon Go Community Day for Togetic, or Togetic. I don't really care about Pokemon Go, so... And a lot of people are upset with that game. Wish best of luck. I'm gonna go collapse tired AF right now. No worries, man. Thanks for tuning in. I definitely appreciate it. You have yourself a good night. Let's see here. Oh, in the anime, the first episode that came out. Togetic, yeah. Well, so here's my thing with how pronouncing that is. Most people say Togepi, and most people say Togekiss. So it feels like the correct way to say it is Togetic. But that's just how I feel about it anyways. But yeah, the anime the other night teased a new Pokemon, and I'm pretty sure it's a pre-evolution, or like a stage before of the one of the legendaries that they've already revealed for the one of the DLCs, because it looks very similar to the turtle Pokemon that they've already shown off. The one with, like, what is it, Terapagos? That looks like it kind of has all of the different typing symbols, and it's on its back. I'll Togekiss you, good night. Yeah, have a good night, Baines. Thank you again. I do appreciate it. But yeah, the new, like, turtle thing, like, kind of has a similar gem-looking thing on its face. The eyes kind of look similar. It looks kind of like a turtle. So I think that's going to be the unevolved form of that Pokemon. Of the Terapagos. Alright, let's see if we can get this luck here with the eggs. Actually, like, collect some. I didn't look at when I started this, damn it. Alright, here. Let's just do it real quick, see where we're at. 26, so I need to go to 53? Yeah, 53, okay. Again, I'm just judging that based on my, my recording time. Bring in Rhydon. I do wish there was a way to just, like, not have any Pokemon roaming. Just because, again, it would make, like, automating this a lot easier. Which, granted, maybe that's why they make sure to always have the Pokemon meandering. So that way you can't just automate it with with, like, a turbo controller or something. Actually, I guess turbo probably wouldn't work, right? Because you would spend a lot of time in the screen of it saying there's no egg. Alright, let me try waiting like a minute and a half here. Like, actually timing it. Might as well, like, start building up strategies for this, right? Because for the generating the eggs, that's never going to be... That's not going to change between the Pokemon. How fast they hatch changes, right? The step rate, but... the time between eggs, it might vary between each individual egg, right? Because it is kind of a random thing. But, like, the overall average is going to be the same for every species. So, developing some strategy here would be good. Try and maximize our eggs collected. That way, we can spend more time not collecting eggs. Being that this is, it's truly just riveting content that I'm doing right now, but variety is the spice of life, right? Also the spice of rife. For those of us that can't speak. Sorry, English is my first language. Okay, that's been a minute. Let's see what we get here. Okay, only one. All right. We'll go 2 minutes this time, actually. Oh, God. I really hope that the updates after Typhlosion raids next weekend. Because it's this weekend and the next weekend. And we do know that there is some sort of update for this game coming by the end of this month, they did say. It was back in March, basically right when the save glitch got discovered. They also just happened to announce that there was an update coming, but they didn't say anything about the save glitch, which was very annoying. But hopefully with that update, you know, who knows if we're going to get more actual content in this, but maybe something with that update will be tied into also there being a Pokemon Home update, right? Because we could kind of see a similar thing where we got the Charizard, or what? It was Charizard, Cinderace, and Greninja, and then we had Pokemon Day, and then since then we've gotten what is it? The 3 Hisuian starters. So it just kind of seems likely that there's like a pattern there, right? But also, I mean, we thought that it was pretty much guaranteed that they were at least going to say something about older Pokemon games coming to Nintendo Switch Online services. The emulators. It just seemed so obvious. And we were so wrong. Alright, so yeah, we want to wait 2 minutes between, basically. That seems to be a good strategy. Because the more time I spend in that menu, I don't think, or, you know, in that text pop-up, I don't think it's actually generating eggs during that time. So it's just kind of dead time where I'm wasting sandwich, right? Or maybe it doesn't, but I was going to say, maybe it pauses the sandwich timer. I know it doesn't, though. I know it doesn't because those text boxes would be up for a significant enough amount of time that, you know, you'd be going for 35 minutes on the sandwich. Yeah. I don't know. I guess I haven't had too much interference with trying to collect these eggs so far. There's only been like a couple times where they've got close enough, and that was on the last set. There is there's an update for the Switch Up that does have settings for Scarlet and Violet, and one of them is auto egg collection. But again, I don't think it's going to work very well because of, or I didn't think it was going to work very well because of the Pokemon interfering. But I mean, if they're just going to sleep there the whole time, then like, might as well just let it be. Yeah, I'll see. I might try looking online tonight or something. See if there's been anyone who's done, like, come up with strategies for this that make it more reliable. Or at least, I don't know, more interactive. Like, that's the thing. I could run around a little bit, you know, I could play with the Pokemon, but also, I just don't care about doing that. I don't know. Like, it was nice, and it probably is the same in this, but it was nice in Sword and Shield that you could use it to, boost the friendship very quickly with your Pokemon. But like overall, like the mechanic itself, I like like it's cute, it's fun, you know, maybe fun to do a couple of times. Have your favorite Pokemon chase down a ball that you threw and then bring it back to you. But after that, it's like, okay, like, is this really any more interesting than just standing there? I mean, yes, there's something happening, but Realistically, I don't think it helps. And it definitely won't help with the file size of the recording. That's one thing about at least just standing here. It can really compress the hell out of it for the video. Because when so many of the pixels are similar on so many frames, there's a lot of compression to get done. But like that, you know, that doesn't actually help for anyone watching. I guess it might help with YouTube a little bit, but it really just affects how much hard drive space I use doing this. Which I'm at the point where I'm more than halfway filled on this 8 terabyte hard drive, just with like recordings. Now granted, some of those are like from before I was streaming. I would like record a lot of videos in Forza Horizon, just kind of for my own sake. And they were like very high bitrate videos, because I was just trying to like do recordings of just like, you know, cruising around with the cars, but just like make it look as good as possible. So some of that is on there, but I mean, most of those were like 10-minute files as opposed to like 2 to 3 hour streams. So even if they were at like 100 megabit per second, they weren't too bad. I was gonna say I could like open up the folder and check to just compare, or just to see how much of a dent that's putting on the hard drive, but it's I don't care that much. Also, being that the hard drive is being written to right now, let's maybe not tempt fate, you know? Try and also, like, just look at the information even could try and put more stress onto the hard drive. And it is a splitting platter drive, like, not an SSD, so, you know. It's not exactly the fastest storage medium, but it still has its place. Still good for storing a lot of data. But I'm going to have to pick up another one of those pretty soon here. Preferably before I run out of space. The other thing I need to do, and I keep on forgetting about it, and it's going to bite me in the ass one of these days, is I have a 1 terabyte drive in my system as well that I have been using since... Really? There was only 1 egg in there after... What? That can't be right. Hold on. After 2 minutes, there was only 1 egg in there. Really? It was a little bit less than 2 minutes, but still, really? Come on. Come on. Anyways, yeah, my 1 terabyte has been in this, or has been in use for over 10 years now. You're not supposed to use a mechanical hard drive for that long. It's still running fine, but like, well, one of these days it's just gonna stop working, and I'm gonna lose all of that data. I have to back that up sometime soon. That just might be something I do when I get another 8 terabyte hard drive, or whatever is like a good, you know, amount of storage for a reasonable price. Who knows if like 10 terabytes have become a little bit more reasonable or something. But just copy over that entire drive onto the new one first and put the old girl to rest. It has served me well. Lasted longer than one of my SSDs, which I guess... No, I mean, it was a good SSD that I got. I originally, way back in the day, back in, well, 2013, actually, so not long after I got the mechanical drive, I bought a couple of Kingston HyperX Beast 3Ks, I believe, which were like the hard drive at the time. And there was a pair of like 128 gig drives, because I bought one for my desktop and one for my laptop when I was in college. And those bad boys cost me I think $150 a piece. But like those were good drives for the time, right? And there was, at the time, there was like a stigma that SSDs weren't going to last very long, because they do have a limited number of writes, right? They do wear out just from being written to. But I know someone tested it, and it came out years later, but it was like they went through hundreds, or maybe not hundreds. It was like hundreds or thousands of times the total file size of the SSDs before any of them started failing. So it's like, okay, they're fine. Or any of them started failing in a significant way. I'm not sure if Trim might have been doing some stuff to kind of section off bad areas, and they, you know. But yeah, I had one of those for a long time, and it just, my computer started not wanting to boot anymore, and I had to replace it finally. But I mean, what, that was like 7 years for that drive, I think. It's actually why I bought another Kingston SSD to replace it. This one being a 256 gig though, because it, you know, doesn't need to be anything special. It's just a boot drive. Even though I don't know why I use an NVMe drive, but I don't use it for my boot drive. That's a whole other thing. My fucking NVMe drive I bought, again, fucking old as hell. Welcome back, Honest. Bought that thing in 2015. It's a 512 gig NVMe. Cost me like $500 for that thing. Oh, now you can get like that same drive and faster for like $100. It's absurd. But, you know, again, it was kind of not really cutting edge, but like definitely very very new stuff at the time. Any shinies? Not yet. I've only been through one set of eggs though. We're about halfway through collecting this set as well. Nice, we're getting a nice streak here. We might have maxed it out, actually. I think the basket can hold a maximum of 10 eggs, so you don't want to let it go too long. Otherwise, you know, you can literally just sit here and not do anything, right? I just let the eggs stack up, and then after 30 minutes, grab them all. But no, it's a max of 10. I think it's 10. There is a max, I know that. But yeah, that NVMe drive, I only use it to store games on it. And I don't even play PC games that much, so like, you know, it's just, well, I played a lot more at the time though. Like, it was a good purchase. I don't regret it at all. It's just funny that my best drive I don't even use to help the computer boot faster. Alright. Almost time for another collection. But yeah, basically just, I think every 2 minutes is like a good pace for it. It's like a good balance between having a lot of eggs there, but also not filling it up, usually. I think that last one I might have filled it, to be honest, but eh. Because I also had one where I literally only had one egg, so eh. It's all random, though. Kind of like when you would ride in front of the daycare center for, like, a long time, and the Pokemon in your party would even start hatching, but your, like, party wouldn't be filled with eggs yet. That was always so nice. That's sarcasm, by the way. Yeah, I think moving in tomorrow, we'll just do more of this. You know? Again, if we haven't gotten combat breeds, so the base form, base Paldean form anyways, then, you know, we'll keep doing this. If we do get this, then we'll work on Blaze form, Blaze breed. But yeah, for the time being, that's it's pretty much just going to be Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I know I've been wanting to mix in other stuff, but again, being very close to affiliate finally after 2 years, that should be a sign that I should have given up, but to be fair, I just usually I like streaming. Sometimes I don't want to do it, and usually I just don't. Sometimes there's an excuse why if I miss a stream, why I don't do it. I don't know if I jumped the gun on this one. Okay. I think I jumped the gun on that one. Anyways. But yeah, sometimes there's an excuse, right? A few weeks ago where I didn't have internet. I can't stream if I don't have internet. But there are absolutely some times where it's I get back from work, I get the computer started, I'm relaxing for a few minutes, I'm browsing Reddit, and it's been an hour and a half, I'm you know what? I'm not streaming tonight. It's not happening. But that's also, I don't know. It's not going to happen for a little bit, I think. I've been really loving streaming this week. Because it's, it's that thing where yeah, I'm playing games, but also I'm kind of making it feel like work. And obviously after I have just been working, it's do I want to go do more work? Not really. Should I do more work though? Yeah. But to be fair, for something like this, where I'm literally not doing anything, my hands aren't even on the controller right now. So it's yeah, I mean, it's fine, I guess. I don't know. This isn't tiring at all. Like I said earlier, we'll obviously hatch these eggs tonight. I'm gonna go a little bit longer in between collecting here, just since I jumped the gun. Get back on the pattern. But yeah, I am going. We'll do at least these eggs, and then I don't know. We'll see. See how I'm feeling. See if we do another batch. But again, if I do get the Tauros here, then well, I'm not gonna keep going at that point. We'll save that for another day. How long is this playlist of music? I forget how long it is. Almost 2 hours. Okay. That's fine. It is looping at this point, but that's fine. It's long enough that, and let's be honest, all the songs kind of sound similar. At least for something that I'm just playing on in the background. Nice, good batch. I do definitely want to see how many eggs total we get out of this batch too. This sandwich rather. But I'm gonna guess, it seems pretty likely that's gonna be around 60 a sandwich. I know I'm basing that off of exactly 1 point of data, which is, maybe not the best way to measure it, but it would kind of make sense, right? 2 a minute. Somewhere around there. But I don't know. This isn't as bad as I thought it would be, but also, what's the quote? Sorry, I have Krogan on the brain because I was gonna ask, what's the quote? I think it is from Mass Effect 3. Worse than we hoped, better than we feared. Fucking Mass Effect. Oh, I need to go back to Mass Effect at some point. I keep telling myself I need to start continue rather my my full playthrough of the series with the Legendary Edition, or the trilogy, the 3 that anyone should care about, at least currently. Andromeda wasn't awful, but it wasn't great either. It was just very mediocre and open world. Though I do want to go back and play that too. Anyways. But yeah, like I've never, despite how much I love that franchise, and you know, I got all the trophies on PlayStation, all that fun stuff, but I never actually did like a beginning to end save where you start in Mass Effect 1, complete it 100%, import to 2, complete it 100%, import to 3, complete it 100%. Never got around to that because the weird way the games got released on PS3. So Mass Effect 1 originally was co-published, I believe. Maybe it's not quite the right term, but it was EA and Microsoft. So it was a Xbox exclusive. But then with the second game, it wasn't exclusive anymore. But the team didn't have any PS3 knowledge, so the PS3 version actually came out a year later. But anyways, that was for 2. I actually bought Mass Effect 3 first for the PS3 because I'd actually played the first 2 games on Xbox. And then I got a PS3 and I wanted to play them on the PS3 because I didn't have the Xbox anymore. That was a weird, dumb decision of me being a stupid teenager. Don't worry about it. But anyways, yeah, so I played Mass Effect 3, played that through, and then that summer I was like, you know, fuck yeah, let's play Mass Effect 2 again. Played that through. And again, at this point, Mass Effect 1 was not on the PS3. And it was either that winter or the winter the following year that I guess EA bought the rights out from Microsoft, and they put out Mass Effect 1 on the PS3. So, but the thing was, by that point, I think I had already 100%ed Mass Effect 3. I don't think I had done my Insanity run on Mass Effect 2 yet. But, like, I had no reason to continue into 3 at that point, so it was just like I just never got around to doing a full playthrough, where, you know, every decision is carried over for as much as they matter when you get to the ending of picking which colored explosion you want to end the game with. The fucking endings, man. Why? It was such a good franchise. Oh, that's the wrong one. There it is. There's the sad face. Such a good franchise, and they just... it sucked. But yeah, with the Legendary Edition out, everything being like remastered and whatnot, definitely want to go through and do that. I did one playthrough of Mass Effect 1. But you have to do 2 to get all the way to level 60, so you're gonna have to do that anyways. Where do you get a new Coridon? Down in the bottom of Area 0. You'll have to look around for a little bit because I don't know how to describe where it is, nor would I actually really know where it is. But you'll see it down there. You'll encounter it. It's just standing around. You have to actually interact with it in order to encounter it. But it'll just be like at the very bottom of the crater, down where, like, you know, you kind of do the stuff for the professor, or where, like, they come charging out of the professor's, like, actual research base. The Paradox Pokemon. How is there too? Trying to think of how to say it. Basically, well, you do, by the way, have to complete the story if you care, or if you haven't already, like the actual Area 0 story. But basically, time machines, and they brought over two, or not accidentally, but they brought over 2 Coridon. Because Coridon is actually the ancient Paradox form of Cyclozar, and Miraidon is the future Paradox form of Cyclozar. For anyone that didn't pick up on that during the playthroughs. I think they do say it outright at some point, but... So it's not really like... It's a legendary because it's unique for our universe, I guess, within the game. But I don't know that it's actually like a unique Pokemon in the timeline that we're pulling it from. Oh, right, I have to actually pack up. Is it meta? Ooh, how do you mean, is it meta? There's a couple different ways to interpret that. Alright, so we got our stuff. Let's see here. Wow, really? 61 eggs again? Like meta and raids? They're decent. Both of the legendary Pokemon are pretty decent for raids. But it's only, Like, for 7 stars, they're not necessarily, you know, it depends on the 7-star Pokemon. In general, I would say 5-star, you're going to be fine as long as you have a decent build. Yeah, I don't know. 6-star is going to be more iffy, but that's just how it goes. Oh, I didn't actually want to leave the boxes yet. Alright, here we go. Start hatching eggs again. We just hit 206 for recording. 155 for... Or sorry, 206 for a stream. 155 for the recording. So we'll see how long this takes. Probably around, like... 45 minutes, I think it is. However the anyways. However long it takes, that's how long it'll take. Oh, reminds me, I need to bring back up my, shiny one is Farigiraf. What is, Farigiraf shiny again? I know I've seen it, I know it's a good one, I just don't remember what it looks like off the top of my head. Is it like one where the red bits kind of turn blue? Or something like that? Oh, more red, okay. Not a bad one for sure. I love Farigiraf as a Pokemon. It's kind of adorable. How like the tail turns into a hoodie for it. It's kind of a little weird, I guess, saying it out loud. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I don't think I've been drinking enough water tonight. My throat was starting to like catch. It didn't really feel dry, but it's one of those things where you kind of tell. It's like, oh wait, it's like not letting me speak. It's trying to tell me without being able to tell me because it's literally stopping me from speaking. Anyways, past Pokemon much better than future. I'd say I mostly agree with that. Only at least in that I just don't like the Pokemon being robots. I think the designs in and of themselves are really cool for the future ones, but like making them robots just feels weird to me. But also I say that, I mean, we have shit like Duraludon or Porygon or Magnemite, right? So I get, you know what? No, never mind. I don't got anything to stand on for that. But I do like the idea of the past Pokemon more. Though I will say, I think Iron Valiant is probably one of the cool ones. Don't like the fact already Pokemon robot form. Yeah, but I mean, again, you have to remember it's weird how they did that. I don't like that they gave Paradox Pokemon their own Pokedex entries, because it kind of adds confusion to this. But you have to remember that something like Iron Bundle, right, is just a distant future version of Delibird, right? So it's not so much that it's like making a robot that looks like the past or the current Pokemon. It's that in the future, basically all the Pokemon have turned into robots just through, I guess, evolution. But why at that point, yeah, you're getting into like the part of why I don't like it. Does all Pokemon go extinct? Well, again, the way they're trying to basically say it is that the Pokemon don't go extinct. The Pokemon evolve, as in like Darwin evolution, not like Pokemon evolution. But they evolve into robots. How the hell that's supposed to work, I don't know. But also, I mean, we got fucking... You know, it's Pokemon, right? It's a kid's game. They're not trying too terribly hard for super deep lore and explanations here. But yeah, it is kind of thing of like, I don't know. But anyways, I was going to say, I do think the coolest looking Paradox Pokemon even if I do kind of prefer the ancient forms, is Iron Valiant. Iron Valiant just looks so badass. Even though it does kind of like, it's like, oh cool, another bipedal, humanoid-looking kind of Pokemon. Cool. Oh, and it carries a weapon. Cool. But like, it just looks so fucking cool that I don't care. Especially the shiny. Good concept could be like Team Rocket or someone made evil robot Pokemon instead of all Pokemon just going robot. Yeah, well, I mean, we don't know, right? They are basically brought over with the time machine. Same with the ancient forms. So, you know, who knows what weird way that could be doing that. It could be that. Maybe we're just like, the machine is just where it's pulling from just happens to be like from a Team Rocket base. And there's some Team Rocket grunt deep in the future getting very worried about why the fuck all the robots keep disappearing. Like, what the fuck's happening? Walking Lake looks amazing. Yeah, I like it more than the Iron Leaves. I don't think it's my favorite design. It looks a little bit weird with like the kind of stubby front arms. Apparently people are looking in game code files and found Mega Charizard. I remember that being a thing, yeah. It could just be a thing that they just have to have the file there for compatibility to make sure that it isn't going to cause, you know, issues with save files or something. But also, I don't remember if that was in Sword and Shield, like deep into the codes. Into the codes, Jesus Christ, I'm talking like a goddamn boomer. But yeah, that's the thing, like, why would Megas be a thing? I feel like there's other Pokemon in this game that had Mega forms in the past that don't have a Mega form. Maybe not, though? I'm not sure. Or, you know, don't have the Mega form in the code. We'll see what happens. Again, it would be cool for Megas to come back. Maybe Paradox Mega. That would be interesting. Like, try and make, like, Mega Charizard. Like, a Paradox Ancient form of Charizard or something. I really hope they don't do it that way. Maybe Paradox Mega, but then we got Terrestrialize. Yeah. Like, that's the thing. I don't think they're gonna mix stuff like that. Because it would be kind of a mess to have Megas and Terrestrialize and, like, I don't know. I think it could work, but it would be a bit messy. Could be a thing that maybe it's just going to be like a raid Pokemon, but you can't catch it. They would piss off so many people if they did that, but it's also the type of thing I could see them doing. Be like, hey, we brought back a Mega for a raid, but you can't have it. Get fucked. They add new mechanics to focus on. Yeah, I mean, it would be weird if they do Megas. It could be a thing where maybe just to make sure that there's compatibility with, like, you know, another game coming out in this generation that is going to have Megas added back in. You know, who knows? Yeah, unfortunately, other than the existence in, like, the files of the game, there's really nothing to tell us what is going on with that, unfortunately. Alright, move you over. Move you over. Let's get going. Currently in Area 0. I like Area 0. I love how the, you're unlocking some lab. Oh, okay, so yeah. You have to do the story stuff before you can actually get the other Koraidon. I wasn't sure if you had already gotten through that yet or not. And, should have made sure about that. So those look like Dittos that I'm seeing. Like the thing that I saw over the grate there. Huh. I wonder if the game is trying to spawn a Pokemon in. Because like Dittos can kind of spawn around this area. Although they don't spawn as a Ditto. They spawn as another Pokemon. And then when you encounter it, turns into a Ditto. Or rather, untransforms from the other Pokemon. Anyways. But I wonder if it's like trying to spawn Pokemon. And then it realizes that, oh right, this is in a town. So we can't have a Pokemon here. So it's despawning it. Why don't you just shiny hunt the Tauros? Because it's such a not easy to see shiny that doing encounters for it is just, I know I'm gonna miss them. Being that it's just like the head is darker and the body is darker, but the mane is lighter, but it's not like to a major degree. And also I do kind of just prefer breeding, even though it takes obviously way longer. I love how it popped out and the kid also appeared on screen. But yeah, like honestly, for like Iron Moth, if I could have bred for that, I probably would have. Because again, that was another one where it's like, it's really hard to tell. And there's a good chance I did miss at least one shiny Iron Moth during that hunt. But I also noticed one, and that's all that matters. But yeah, there is a really good spot just outside of Lavencia, I believe. If you do want to encounter hunt the Tauros. Also, for Blaze Breed and Aqua Breed, you might have to, like, breed them. Because I don't know if you can get them to spawn consistently enough to hunt them through encounters. Being that they typically only spawn as, like, the middle of a pack spawn. You can? Okay. Well. Either way. I mean, those I was definitely going to breed no matter what. It spawns as middle, yes. Right, but like, how many then are you actually getting to spawn is kind of part of the issue there. I did swap, yeah. As opposed to like, you know, the normal encounters for other stuff where it's going to spawn a lot. Also, I did actually do Tauros at one point as an encounter hunt. I did do like a sandwich for it. Oh, I wasn't in the correct spot, or in the spot that I learned of later anyways. But it was like mostly Tauros spawning, but because they were like, had plenty of room to run around and shit, I'm sure I missed a shiny in that too. So it's just like, eh. For some stuff, it's just easier. Like Cloth, I'll do an encounter hunt for. Because there's a very good spot to do it, and it's a very obvious shiny. Get myself my blue crab boy. But for stuff that isn't as obvious, Tandemaus or Mousehold, those two, yeah, no way in hell I'm doing that as an encounter hunt. Let me closely analyze every single one of these to make sure the shirt isn't ever so slightly a different hue. Thanks, Game Freak. I'm good, though. I'll just breed those. That's fine. Also, that reminds me, I do need to get more Urban Mystica because I need to, I'm going to be occasionally working on shiny Dunsparce as well. Because I did get a shiny Dunsparce and a shiny Dunsparce, but I would like to get a shiny 3-segment Dunsparce. Which is 1 in 100, so I'm going to have to catch quite a few shiny Dunsparce to get that. As far as I know, and it could be that this was discovered not to be true, and they're just super rare or something, but as far as I know, the Dunsparce can never actually, like when it spawns as a spawn in the world, not evolving it from a Dunsparce, it can never be a 3-segment, it can only be 2-segment forms. So the only way to get it is by getting a Dunsparce and then evolving it. Which might be the same thing also for Mousehold, except with Mousehold, because there's family of 2 and then there's family of 3, or sorry, family of 3 and family of 4, and family of 3 is kind of the same thing. I don't know if it's as rare as the 3-seg Dunsparce, but it's a similar thing where it's very rare. It's not as common as the other version. But with that one, for some reason, the family of 3 actually spawns more often in raids than the family of 4, despite the fact that normally it would be rarer. So that's a good way to get the family of 3 Mousehold if you need one for a form dex or anything like that. I will not be looking forward to trying to get that one as a shiny as well. But that one I'm not as worried about. The Dunsparce is very easy to do as an encounter hunt, which is why it might be nice to do just to break up egg hunts. Just like if I do a couple of egg hunts and get, shinies from it, then we do an attempt on the Dunsparce, right? Or do a stream where I do an attempt on the Dunsparce. Or multiple attempts. A stream that is just Dunsparce attempts. I'm sorry, it's 3:30 in the morning. I need to go to bed soon. Actually, yeah, so this will definitely be the last group of eggs, by the way. I can't actually go too much later. I don't have much I have to do, but I would like to go to bed at some point. But again, we got a little bit on it. We definitely got a few more eggs to go. I think 162 is going to be our total to end up the night. We could get lucky and get the shiny right now, though, even. Would you believe it wasn't shiny? It's almost like it's 1 in 512 odds. That's the thing with the Dunsparce, too. It is 1 in 100, but I mean, compared to the 1 in 512, actually it's worse for shiny hunting area 0. It's 1 in 683 because you can't get any boost from outbreaks because there aren't any. So yeah, once you get the shinies, then I feel like it's not going to feel as bad with the evolving them. Although, I don't know, it's also stacking probabilities on top of each other, so we'll see. But I think that'll be a fun one to pick at every once in a while. Something not too, serious, I guess. As if anything about shiny hunting is serious. Let's be honest, it's a kid's video game. Or at least a video game that they know the primary audience is going to be children, but there's plenty of depth to Pokemon. Alright, so I think we have, what, another box here and then the one straggler again. That's crazy that I got 61 exactly both times. To be honest, many audiences adults. Plenty of adults buy it, but that's not like the game is intended to be very accessible to a younger audience. And I suspect there's a lot of sales that happen for, especially for like Christmas, for kids. Obviously, that is one of the issues with trying to have an audience that's younger, is they don't have their own money to spend, oftentimes, but I mean, it's a very easy present, I would imagine, for a parent to get for, like, Christmas or something. Just be like, yep, just buy them Pokemon. Yeah, I mean, like, obviously, there's plenty there for adult audience. As in, like, you know, people that can actually think through things and stuff. Because, you know, like, the in-depth battle mechanics and stuff, getting into, like, stats and all that, like, yeah. You know, that's definitely intended for not kids. But the primary, like, playing through the game and stuff, it's meant to be, you know, accessible to children. You buy your Nintendo yourself. Right, and they've sold plenty of Switches. I'm definitely not arguing that. Though I would argue that the, need to swap out here. Nintendo has a younger audience than the other consoles. But Pokemon itself is, like, definitely that way. But, I mean, ultimately, here I am running in circles in what I describe as a children's game, so I don't know. Maybe I just have a very simple mind. Let's be honest, there's no argument about that, I do. Alright, getting close to passing the 100 mark here. Oh, it'd be so nice to, like, finish this night with a shiny. Just, like, get back into egg hunts on a good note here, but unfortunately, it's not looking like that's going to be the case. We should be up over 20%-ish for, like, what the odds are that I would have seen a shiny, but again, that means 80% likely to not have seen a shiny. So nothing too crazy, nothing too surprising. I don't really expect any of these hunts to be successful on the first stream, but again, that's the thing with shiny hunting, right? There's just kind of, I don't want to say plenty to do, but it is definitely a time sink. Got all locks disabled, nice. You're definitely in for a treat with the ending there. I will tell you that much. That final battle is, I feel like, is one of the coolest battles ever in Pokemon. Honestly, just in terms of how it's themed. But, you know, I'll let you get to that. Another set done. You got, what, 21 more? This has been fun, though. I was definitely a little worried that I was gonna really hate the waiting for the eggs, and I kind of do. Again, it's not very interesting to do that, but overall, I'm not worried about doing more of these hunts in the future. So I will definitely be doing a lot of them in the future. Like I said, my priorities are kind of like get all the regional forms done. Well, originally it was get the Paradox Pokemon. I got all the Paradox Pokemon, so we're good there. I guess technically Koraidon and Miraidon are also Paradox Pokemon, but they're shiny locked, so there's no way for me to get around that right now. Yeah, Paradox, and then all the regional forms. So, you know, Alola being the main one that I need more of. I'll then just start working on the Gen 9 Pokemon, all the new Pokemon in this game. Try and get those, and then eventually one day we'll double back to doing stuff in Sword and BDSP. I don't think I'm like 99% certain I'm not going to do any more hunting on stream, at least in Legends Arceus. I've pretty much gotten all my content that I needed out of that game. And Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, once I have all the Alolan forms, I don't have a need for that anymore, so it's a couple of older games off the list that I don't need to ever go back to. I enjoyed them, especially Legends Arceus, but you know, I've gotten all of my enjoyment out of it. So there's not really a point of me going back to it if there's not any more content for me to acquire, really, right? There are some more shinies that I can do in Legends Arceus, but again, I like reading. I don't know. I'm weird. In case you couldn't tell, I'm a anime bunny boy. So, like, it comes with the territory. Thank you for the follow, by the way, Dark Drum. I appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, eventually the goal is one day, and this will happen years from now, it's not happening anytime soon, is have every Pokemon in the National Dex shiny. At least of those that are obtainable shiny at all, right? You have stuff like Victini that has never been made available as a shiny, and it almost feels like it never will be. What's up, Dark? How you doing, man? Unfortunately, you did kind of come in at the end of the stream here. But don't worry, if we don't get the shiny tonight, we'll be doing more tomorrow. Tomorrow we might even get through 3 or 4 sets of eggs. I should be able to start a little bit earlier. I'll try and start around maybe like 11:30 or something, or even 11. I usually try and start around midnight every night that I stream. Or like Friday and Saturday are usually closer to 1 a.m. And that's Mountain Standard Time. And I usually stream Wednesday through Sunday, so no Mondays or Tuesdays. Yeah, we go for like 2 or 3 hours apiece. I did swap over eggs, right? Yeah. But yeah, a lot of shiny hunting in the future. When there's not new Pokemon content in terms of like story content, we do shiny hunting. And I could get into like ROMs and stuff. I would like to, but also I know as soon as I do that, they'll actually announce like Gen 1 through 3 games coming to Nintendo Switch Online, and then I'm gonna be like, well, god damn it. Like, I would rather do it there, you know? If I can play it on the Switch, I'd rather do it here, even if it makes really no difference. It's just a more familiar platform, and I don't have to worry about changing how I have anything set up, right? It's just, that's most of what I do is on the Switch, so I just do more of it on the Switch. I'm also definitely interested to see... I mumbled through that, but I think you probably got the point. Again, it is almost 4 in the morning. I definitely need to wrap up after this. Interested to see what they're going to do for raids moving in the future. It would be really nice if we would get some more boosted shiny odd raids, or any boosted shiny odd raids like we had in Sword and Shield. But also, I mean, just, you know, the Mightiest... I like the Mightiest Mark raids, honestly. It's cool. It's like baby's first, well, it's in the name raid. But, you know, there is, like, you kind of have to learn the move pattern and have a strategy and a build like you would with something like an MMO or something. Obviously, nothing anywhere near as extensive, but that's fine. Again, it's Pokemon, right? And you're not playing with other... Well, you don't have to play with other people. You can play with up to 4, or you can run with 3 AI, or, you know, any mix. But I like it. So I'm definitely interested in doing more of those. I like collecting each one of those. I wasn't sure that I was going to care about them, because I did think they were going to end up being more difficult than they ended up being. Or specifically, I thought they were going to... I thought they were basically going to have to require online play. Like, the strategies that you would have to use would just require cooperation. But they actually don't, which is... I appreciate that. Just as someone who primarily plays offline, I like it when I can continue playing offline and not missing out on content. Because, I mean, at least for right now, you know, again, without Pokemon Home being updated to support these games, there's no way to access those Pokemon. Well, I guess surprise treats, never mind. But, like, you know, you can't, without trading, access those Pokemon. Because they've all been Pokemon that aren't in the national decks. They definitely are. But, you know, they aren't in any other way capturable in the games. There's nowhere where I can get a Charizard or anything from that evolution line, or a Typhlosion, or the others. Found the new Koraidon. Nice. So yeah, I think as long as they're doing those raids in this game, I'm going to try and do them. Because they're just, you know, it's something to break up the shiny hunting as well, as we wait for more content. Again, we do have the DLC coming, one of them in fall and one of them in winter. But then we probably won't get any more content, Pokemon-wise, until probably next, or the following winter, right? We'll probably get another remake or remaster or re-release, re-something. All right. One more, then we got one more set of 5, and then we got the straggler, and then we're all wrapped up. There's still a chance. There's always a chance the shiny could pop up at the last second. You will have to pardon me if I don't believe that's gonna happen, though. I've done a few of these shiny hunts. I know how it goes. And yeah, we did get up a little over 20% here. Probably get up or a little over 21%, but I mean, that doesn't matter. Again, as a reminder, that percentage, basically what it's saying is that right now, after 116 eggs, there, on you know, any given 116 eggs that you would hatch at the current odds, you would have a 20.29% chance of having seen at least one shiny. That does not mean that the next Pokemon, or that, oh right, I need to move Pokemon out. That would help. That does not mean that, like, the next Pokemon has a 20% chance of being shiny. It just means that after this many eggs, that's the odds of seeing at least one. But it's never guaranteed. You You can theoretically do 100,000 eggs at best odds, 1 in 512, and not see a shiny. The odds of that happening are so astronomically small as to be basically mathematically impossible. But theoretically, you know, it could happen. It won't, I can assure you. If it does, do whatever the opposite of buying a lottery ticket is, because you have the worst luck in the history of mankind. Now, let's maybe not say the worst luck. There was the one unfortunate gentleman who managed to survive both of the atomic bombings in Japan during World War II. Like, was at the first one, you know, fled, obviously. He wasn't in the immediate blast, but he was there. Went home, or, you know, went to another city, whatever it was. That ended up being the other city that got bombed. So, you know, maybe that outweighs not getting a differently colored Pokemon, but, you know. Alright. Some guy survived being struck by lightning like 7 to 14 times. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what, like, the odds of things like that happening are. In fact, they're probably, both of those are significantly more likely than 100,000 eggs not getting a shiny. But, like, also they're things that actually matter. You know? It just feels like they should be weighted much higher. Or lower, I guess, if you're putting it on a scale. Anyways, it's late. I'm tired. Let's get these last two Pokemon out of the way. See if maybe we get a last chance, a little bit of luck here. And we'll wrap up. Alright, one left. Will it happen? Will we get a shiny on the last egg of the night? It would definitely be a one hell of a way to wrap up the stream. What is it, like a 0.2% chance of happening? Not the worst odds. Better than the lottery by a lot. That also reminds me, I'm disappointed that they didn't bring back the lottery system in this game. In the previous games, you had the thing where you could, like Sword and Shield, for instance. If you talk to the computer, you can do the lottery where it would check, it would have a random number, and then it would check the trainer IDs of all your Pokemon to see if any of them matched, and the best possible reward, you would get a Master Ball. But, you know, there were lesser rewards as well. I really liked being able to get multiple Master Balls like that. It was a nice way to do it. I mean, it was extremely unlikely, right? Less likely than getting a shiny. In fact, yeah, less likely than getting a shiny even at max odds. Hell, even less likely than when they didn't have... When shiny odds were 1 in 8,000 instead of 1 in 4,000. Unfortunately, we did not get a shiny tonight, but that's okay. Again, usually these egg hunts are going to take 2, 3, 4 streams. If we have glaring course luck, it's going to be a whole ass... I don't even know what to call it. It's too late. I can't think. It's going to be a very long series if we have that bad of luck. But, you know, again, we're early in. 21% chance that we would have seen it means 79% chance that we would not have seen it. So, we still got a long ways to go here. But we'll go that long ways on another stream. Thank you guys so much for being here tonight. I definitely appreciate it so much. For you guys that are watching live, go check out my YouTube channel. youtube.com/@PanicOastGaming. God, I still hate that they made it like an @ anyways. But yeah, pretty much all my VODs go up there. So, you know, all my old playthroughs, all my old shiny hunts, at least the ones that are worth uploading. There's a few that didn't make it. But yeah, I mean, that's all up there. I also have, I know some people don't like shorts, but honestly, they do really well. And frankly, I think the hate is a little bit overplayed for them. I do shorts of all my, but I make shorts of all my shinies that I do collect. Those go up as well. I try to space it out so you're not going to get like 7 in a row shorts. Don't worry. But yeah, so yeah, if you go there, go check those out. Also, they are in higher quality. I record at a higher bit rate than I stream at, so they just look a little bit better. You know, you don't get the same compression that you occasionally can get on Twitch. But yeah, and also speaking of Twitch, if you've been watching on YouTube and you gotten this far, thank you so very much. I appreciate it. Go check out the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/PanicCoastGaming. Again, all my content I stream. I don't really do any offline content to just upload to YouTube. And again, this is where I do all my shiny hunts, all my playthroughs, all that stuff. It's all here. It happens live. Being in chat for shinies, pretty fucking hype. You should check it out. But hey, if you don't, wherever you guys are watching it, thank you so very much again. I appreciate it so much, guys. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video, or next stream, I guess. God, it's late.